What up, y'all? Uh, I don't know, just something put on my heart to keep explaining as much as I can about the dark night of the soul part of the spiritual awakening. The healing part, just letting go of self, ego, whatever you want to call it. It all takes you to a breakdown point. So I'm trying to explain it the best way I can for everybody. I know I explained uh, my way of what I was going through and how alone I felt, but I forgot I am alone. Certain stuff was taken from me, and I just got out of prison, so I don't have nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as materialistic, I'm staying with my pops. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids. My kid was taken away, so you know what I'm saying. So I forget is that my story was you got to be alone. You know what I'm saying. I know I kept saying be alone. You got to be alone. I forget some people can't be alone. You know what I'm saying. Because you do got kids and you got a family to take care of. You know what I'm saying. Um, so the way I'm trying to explain it for y'all is I was watching this documentary last night on Netflix, the Kanye West documentary. I think it's called Gene Yin. I think something like that. It's on Netflix though. The Kanye West story or whatever. From beginning before before he made it all the way up to pretty much now, and it was really deep. It was really deep. So explain it for trying to I'm trying to explain it for people that who got people that can't be alone. You know what I'm saying? So with me, when as I'm going through it, like I said, I'm actually in this phase now. I'm at the part where I'm understanding, the whole thing. But like I told y'all, my last one of these videos explaining that it's when you first start unconsciously, it probably started but at the beginning, you know what I'm saying, it looks like a mental breakdown. You get what I'm saying? That's exactly what it looked like. So to the outside world, to people that's to 3D world, it's a complete mental breakdown. That's exactly that's all they gonna see. This person is crazy. They losing their mind. They, you know what I'm saying, they are not gonna understand. They gonna want to lock you up. In a psych ward, want to lock you up in prison. So that's why I said you can't really talk to everybody, and you got to learn how to deal with it alone. As far as alone, by yourself. But I know we not alone because I'm not really alone. Even though I'm isolated, I still got to work every day. You know what I'm saying? And I still got to deal with people. So don't have your perception of me being alone, just sitting in this car all day. You know what I'm saying? Or at the house, I'm isolated. But I'm still doing what I got to do. But I'm just not, really interacting outside of business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very detached right now. So for me, I can be detached because I don't have no family like that to really deal with. I ain't got no kids. I do stay with my pops. And as I was going through this, it got hard with me and him, with our dynamics, and because he already has his own issue, like everybody. Everybody got their own issues, but he's somebody who is strictly stuck on the past. Very, very negative. Very, very negative. Negative energy, all that. So it kept clashing with what I'm going through, you know what I'm saying, of really sticking to this and going through this dark spiritual part of letting everything I believe in go, letting everything I know go, as far as even, a lot of stuff was taken from me. I kept getting nudged, let this go, but then it got taken from me. Stuff that I thought would last forever got taken from me. Then I also had to, as I'm going through the journey, had to be wise enough to also let go of stuff that I knew wasn't for me as well. So that's definitely easier said than done. And as much as I probably make it look easy, because I'm not talking to certain people, they might think that I'm just cold, or call me a bitch, mean, crazy, all that stuff. But really, it ain't hard really letting people who you truly love go. You know what I'm saying? but you got to do it for you, especially to get through this process. But for the ones that got family and kids and stuff, I mean, all I can say, it's gonna be difficult. All I can say, if you got kids through this part, I would say just be honest with them. You know what I'm saying? Be honest. That's gonna keep them awake anyway. Just by being honest, tell them what you're going through. Kids are smarter than what people put on them, and I know that for sure. Cause you know what I'm saying. Back before my son was taken from me, as far I get into that later or whatever. I was telling him my third eye's opening, and I see life differently. And he 9 or whatever, 9 years old. So he was understanding me. Like, he wasn't like he was believing me. Like, he probably the only one, a kid, you know what I'm saying? He like, yeah. And then we'll talk about, he be like, my third, randomly he said, my third eye opening, because I see this and this don't make sense. So it really resonated with him. So I would say just be honest with him what's going on, and it's going to be a roller coaster of emotions. So be honest with them. If you tell them what you're really going through, and your love, if you married or whatever, like whatever, you know what I'm saying, your household. I'm guessing you're gonna have to let your household know. I did let my pops know what I was going through. He didn't really understand it, and right now we at the stage of I'm high and by, because it nothing changed. But you might not be able to just be high. I mean, I know you can't be high and by to your kids. You gotta take care of your kids. So I would be upfront with them and tell them, look, you know what I'm saying, just be truthful. Like, I'm going through this. I'm healing. It's gonna make me better. It's gonna make us better. You know what I'm saying? Just really be honest. And you are gonna be detached. You're gonna have you're gonna be detached. But I feel like I'm detached right now. Right now I'm detached. So, like, detached from the world. But the things I truly love that's from in my heart, I'm doing without even like putting effort in it. You know what I'm saying? So if you love your kids, you love your family, it's still, you're not gonna be detached from them. You're gonna still be there, love them like the same way. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really gonna change for that. I'm assuming, because if it's from your heart, it's just gonna happen, naturally. But you're gonna still be within, but doing all things, like, you're gonna be on like autopilot. Cause that's how I feel like when I'm working and stuff. I'm just on autopilot as I'm in my head. I mean, not really like in my head getting answers, in my heart getting answers, just all day. I'm detached from the world. Like, really, I feel like I'm just between two worlds right now. But I also don't have kids to go home to, a wife, husband, or, you know what I'm saying, grandparent, whatever your living situation is. So I would say just be honest with everybody in your household. Tell them what's going on, as far as however you resonated. If you say a spiritual journey, if you just healing, say however you want to word it, and maybe get them some info on it. Like, I was sending my pops videos from YouTube. This is what I'm going through. This is what this is, and this is what to expect. So he didn't. It went over his head, but with y'all, it might go different. So just don't give up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard, and I would actually love to hear some of y'all stories that's going through it, who got kids and family, or living with people who probably don't understand but do understand. Whatever your story, I would kind of like to hear that, so I can see how it does go with having other people involved. But like I said, I was watching the Kanye West documentary, and like it was deep, like, because I understood it. Now, and I always understood Kanye West. You get what I'm saying? I never thought he was crazy. If the man run for president, I would vote for him. I understand everything he's ever said. I never said he crazy. He say things wrong, but I say things wrong all the time too. So, you know what I'm saying? I get what he's saying. So as I'm watching it though, I see, it's a deep dive in his life. So, you got it at the beginning. It's his mama. I mean, at the beginning, so the whole thing is his mama was really his teacher. Like, he loved his mama. His mama loved him, and that's why he's so confident. You know what I'm saying? I never took Kanye West as cocky. So you do have to be confident. You have to believe that you're gonna be there. That's why he made it. He always seen that he was gonna be there. His mama installed that in him his whole life, you know what I'm saying, growing up. So he's not cocky and arrogant, but he is at the same time. When you confident, be confident. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to be humble, you know what I'm saying, and but it's way you can be humble, you know what I'm saying? So his mama taught him a lot. So he was awake in a lot of ways. She definitely was awake too. For real, but he was awake in a lot of ways, kind of like all of us was, but we all had something that was kind of programmed in us, you know what I'm saying? And his was, even though he's so awake, he know what's going on, he see everything that's going on, but he also know that he want money, you know, his money. He wanted to be money. He didn't want to be broke no more. So just saying it that way, he was never broke. Cause he had it. His mama gave him so much knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You would never be broke with all that knowledge he had. But we all got our own uh issue. You know what I'm saying? Issues or issue. He wanted to be just rich. But he rapped about these things, so unconsciously he knew all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? About himself. But he still went with it. Like I said, unconsciously, which is our heart talking to us. So he knew this stuff. Like he said, he had spent $400 on this just to say, nigga, you ain't up on this. Like when he first started, that he knew that type of stuff. But he really wasn't broke. He had the richest mom and just the knowledge, you know, just her supporting him. He was so, you know, so rich with that. But I mean, and he seen that. That's why he always kept it close. When he made it, the more he made it, he was close to his mom. Was always there. Mom was always there. That's why I never believed that he killed his mama off, you know, Illuminati for him. No, I never felt like he did that. You know, I don't know the backstory to it, but I just never felt like he purposely, intentionally would say, yeah, for this amount of money, I would do that. He wanted money and riches and all that, but he worked his ass off to get there. You know what I'm saying? And he knew he can work his ass off to continue to get more. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see him killing his mama off for that. And when his mama died, so this is the whole point I'm getting to. When his mama did die, he actually went through the dark night of the soul. That's his mama died. He loved his mama. And what I tell y'all, one of the videos before this, it starts with the Dark Knight can start just with the loss of a loved one. You know what I'm saying? It's just traumatic event. It hits you. So he was in the public with his. You know what I'm saying? So that's like me being if I was in the public with mine, they would say this motherfucker is having a mental breakdown. Now Kanye West always been Kanye West. He's always been outspoken. You know, he done always said what's on his mind before his mama died. And so when his mama died, he still did the same thing, just as he was going through the Dark Night Soul. It was just it was just it was a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it was still him. So for people that said he was having a mental breakdown, I still don't really understand that. But he was really going through the dark. I know why they say he was, well, I don't understand why they say he was having a mental breakdown, because he was still, because this was always him. He always said what was on his mind. But I guess that Taylor Swift jumping on a stage and saying, taking the award and saying Beyonce should have won, I guess that is a little different. But like I said, when he's in a public eye going through his dark night or so. So he's still Kanye, but now the extreme. You know what I'm saying? Now he's just he thinking it, then doing it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So they calling it a mental breakdown, but really he was going through the motions of the Dark Knight, like shit, how you explain it? You know, the ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. Remember I said it's a roller coaster, and it's gonna be happy time. You're gonna be happy 1 second and mad and sad the next second. You're gonna detach from everybody you love, because you're kind of going within. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing it unintentionally, if you don't really notice what you're doing, then you know what I'm saying? Then it just people just looking at you like you cold. So you know what I'm saying? When you detach, you go within, you detach it from everybody you used to know. You know what I'm saying? You're not really getting to know nobody else as well, but you working, you still got to talk to these people. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really got to deal with your friends and your family. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna see that difference. So he in the public eye going through his. So honestly, if you watch just go watch the documentary, so you can honestly see the spiritual awakening. So he went through that dark night, you know, trying to deal with the grief of losing his mama, his best friend, his supporter, like his angel. That his mama was his angel. Like just watching that video, I can like his mama really knew how to talk, especially to him. But she really knew how to talk. Like I wish my mama talked to me like that. Like I that was hard. I know that was hard for him. You know what I'm saying? And he went, like I said, he was in the public eye. It wasn't a mental breakdown. It was just that's how it's the dark night. You know what I'm saying? It's up and down. It's trying to figure yourself out, trying to figure the world out, you want to point stuff out to wake everybody else up, but they don't want you to wake. Now you in the public, he got a big stand to talk on, a stage to talk on. Now they want to shut him up because he honestly saying a lot of truths. You know what I'm saying? And you already know what happens when people say a lot of truth. You either go get killed or you're gonna be what? Called crazy. When you call crazy, what? Nobody the 3D third dimensional humans, they just gonna run with it. Cause they don't know no better. Oh yeah, he crazy. I wouldn't believe nothing he's saying. Whoa. Like they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? He giving a lot of truth out. So it's like that. So that's what he was going through. He finally made it to the other side. So I'm guessing he finally figured out what was going on within himself. You know what I'm saying? That part not really on there. That part like how he got through it. But just watching, I could tell he went through it and got through it. You know what I'm saying? Or still was going through it, at least on the video, because he got to the other side of, you know what I'm saying? Okay, like I am tripping. Let me take a break. Let me think. Let me sit down. You know what I'm saying? I could tell he had that moment at one point in life because he called his friend back, you know, who he wasn't talking to. So I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying, he had to figure something out to come back so he wasn't as detached. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's not it's different for different people. I know I was alone with mine because I guess that's how it was or whatever. So you might not be alone, but so you have to figure out how to deal with it without being, you know, ending up in the crazy house, you know what I'm saying? So I I just you can get through it. I know you can get through it. You know your people, you know who in your home. So start there just by knowing them. You would probably be because you gonna have to tell them. You gonna have to tell them because you're not gonna be able to control your emotions. You know what I'm saying? So and I don't even know how you started. You know what I'm saying? It could be something very very traumatic that happened to you, and you know what I'm saying. And you gonna go. It's gonna go. You're gonna go crazy. You're not going crazy, but that's what they gonna say. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, deal with your emotions. You know how the world society say deal with your emotions and handle this, handle that. But when you're doing it, like it ain't no blueprint to it. You know what I'm saying? So when you're doing it, you're dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? But they rather put you on medicine, or send you to a crazy house or in jail, so you don't deal with it. So it's like you'll never be able to deal with it if they keep doing stuff to distract you, or then you get scared to even talk or deal. You know what I'm saying? So you know your people, you know your kid. I would say be honest with your kids. Definitely be honest with everybody in your household, so they know what to expect. And I'm telling you this so you can know what to expect. It is not going to be easy. If you're going through it right now, you know it's not easy. When you feel like you're about to go through it, it's not going to be easy. So let your people know. You know what I'm saying? If it's ways to be by yourself in some certain moments, take it. You know what I'm saying? and you got this. You got this. This was the longest video I made. I'm trying to keep it short, but like I'm trying to also. I know somebody need this. You need this. I got you. You got me. We all got each other. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? You're not by yourself. Ask for help. Ask for help as the universe, God, however you want to, whatever your higher power is. Just ask for help sometime when it's getting too hard. Right? And you will receive it. You got this. You chose it for a reason. You want to heal yourself for a reason, and you have a reason. You have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You are who you think you are, and you got this.